Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Craft Beer review. Um, and over we go to Hucknall, the makers of not Raggy's Golden Ale, somewhere around. There's bound to be a bottle somewhere. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Hey. I always like to get that one in. But anyway, um, so this is the latest in the craft beers that have been brought out from Lincoln Green Brewing, based in Hucknall, as I've already said. This is their Silverhill Pilsner, crisp, floral and grain. It says 4.5%. Black Shale. Black Shale is their craft beer brand. Um, Lincoln Green Brewing Company, blah blah blah. Limited, Unit 5, E5 rather, Enterprise Park, Wigram Lane, Hucknall, Nottingham, NG15 7SZ. They are doing, I think it's November, another brewery tour. So if you live local, it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to visit and join in. And on the brewery tour, there's usually beers as well. So it's good. The only downer is get someone to give you a blooming lift because the buses are not that great. If you're on a tram, trams are pretty decent to be fair, but buses, shocking. Founded in 2012, we take our name from the colour associated with Nottinghamshire's legendary character Robin Hood. Black Shell Project, taking the name of the coal seam that runs beneath our brewery. Project Black Shell features unusual beer styles, alternative yeast strains, dry hopping, and all manner of crazy flavours. Silverhill Pilsner, 4.5%, a low hop bitterness and a dry, crisp finish deliver an easy drinking Pilsner style beer. Straw coloured with a sweet malt aroma, dry, clean, crisp, and floral. I just had an email from them today, funnily enough, saying about their new beers for winter. And they've got one called Brr. It's coming out again. Brr. I ain't got to pronounce that. I think it's only coming on cask. I was hoping it was going to come into cans or bottles, to be honest. They do have their first ever Imperial Stout at 9.5%. Now I'm excited about that. And there's another beer that I've forgot the name of, so I dare say it will come out at some stage. Yeah, straw colour pour. Plenty of carbonation going off there. As far as I remember, this was cask conditioned, was it? Something like that, anyway. I can't remember. 2 centimetres of whitehead. And cheers. After the day I've had. Again. But I won't spill the beans on this review. I'll wait for my homebrew review to spill those beans because, yeah, indeedy. It's not fair to spill the beans on yeah. Life can be so tough at times. I'm not joking. Can't beat a good old kick in the balls. But there we go. Anyway, let's carry on. Certainly a clean aroma, light malt. There's a touch of floral on the nose. Right, let's dive in. Floral on the taste. I must say I prefer it out of a can than I did out of cask. I did have this on cask at Robin Hood and Little John, and I didn't really like it that day. Whether it was a taste buds thing or what? I don't know. Hard to know sometimes. Sometimes, and I didn't review obviously. I didn't review it because I won't review it anyway. I think someone was playing music in the background that day. We'd popped into Arnold to have a beer, and the beer at Robin Hood and Little John is superb, mind you. So maybe just that day I didn't fancy it, and you do get days like that where you don't. Today though, tasting great. Oh. Yeah, so if I can get my phone, I'll find the email. And we'll talk about... Don't know if I get some spam emails, I do. Kemper Snowboards. Great, you're in. Am I? Lincoln Green Brewing. Here we go. First ever Winter World Cup. Not interested in that. Not overly, at least, to be fair. So for news for the beer bonus loyalty cards, you can collect and redeem your points in the brewery shop as well. That's good. I do think that one day, maybe not this year because they've not long got the new bottle and can machine, but next year a Lincoln Green Advent calendar on the run up to Christmas. You know, reasonably priced. With obviously the core range in there. There's many, you know, one of each. 24 different beers. I mean, you could probably bring in another brewery, smaller, or a couple of breweries to make a Nottingham Advent calendar. I know Adventure Beer do theirs, but a Nottingham Brewery Advent calendar between the likes of, you know, I mean, you could small batch brew quite a bit of stuff and have 24, and I'm sure they could. They've got the beers. I know they've got the beers. Anyway, so they've got something about a salty dog hamper. Brewery tour 17th of November. Anthony Hughes, the founder, will talk about the history of the brewery and our plans for the future. It says here this isn't your average brewery tour. No, it isn't. It's fun. It's interesting. It'd be interesting if they take over any more pubs. And now, if I was speaking directly to Lincoln Green, there's a pub in Beeston next to the Star Inn. It's a Star Pubs pub. A Cask beer pub there with Lincoln Green on would be very, very interesting. It's a great area, Beeston is, and a very doable location. It's sat on the corner. It's sat empty, owned by Heineken, Star Pubs, and I'm sure they've got a bit of a thing with Star Pubs, if memory serves me correctly. But in any case, Mr. Mag putting his thing out there. It's in a cracking location. It's next to the Star Inn, which is a great pub in itself. Crown Inn's round the corner. There's some great pubs in Beeston. However, there's only two that I rate for cask beer. Crown Inn and Star Inn do good cask beer. There's no Lincoln Green in Beeston. Oof, that would be some place. So on the email, it's got loads about all the different pubs and music and all that, which is really interesting. I'm not really a big music fan. I'm not. Irish folk band at the Brickyard. I like that. I was there one night when it was on. Me and Craig were there at Kent Beer Reviews, and it was good. The music was pretty damn decent. Gotta be honest. So November monthly specials: Rebel and Rebellion. Here we go. One base recipe, two different beers. They did this last year with I can't remember the name of the beers now. One with London yeast and one with Nottingham yeast in. And the beers' names have escaped me. So this month we're demonstrating the impact of dry hopping in beer. Rebel and Rebellion share the same recipe, but Rebellion is dry hopped with additional American hops to highlight the impact that hops have on beer flavour. They certainly do. Try them both, let us know which is your favourite. So I'm hoping I get out if I've got any money at all left, because the second of our cars has gone into the garage and it's not looking good. And yeah. So they've got a beer called Contraband, which is a strange name for a beer. 9.5% Imperial Stout, dry fruit, malty and sweet. It's a black shale beer, which you'd expect that really. Our first Imperial Stout and the strongest beer we've ever brewed. Looking forward to this. Deceptively strong. This one is filled with roasted notes of coffee and chocolate. Definitely one to sip and save you. Sip? That's session strength, that is. Anyway, I'm only joking. So, this month's good old favourites. You've got Bruh. Bruh. It's a 5% amber winter warmer. I didn't actually get a chance to taste this last year. Christmas is not an easy time for me to get to pubs. Money, family, etc. Maybe better this year, I don't know. As the weather starts to turn a little cooler and our thoughts begin to turn to the festive season, our seasonal favourite, Bruh, returns once more. Available on the bar by the end of the month. And then they've got another one, Sherwood Foresters. It's a 4.5% golden ale. We first brewed Sherwood Foresters in 2021, raising money along the way for the Museum of the Mercian Regiment based at Nottingham Castle. We were inundated with requests from families of those who served in the Sherwood Forester for this to be released in bottle. Hell yes. And the Bruh. So here it is. It continues to raise money for the great cause and will also be available in cask. So yeah, looking forward to getting my chance to do that. As somebody who lives in Sherwood, I'm from Nottingham, you know, it's a big thing. Based at Nottingham Castle, and again, I worked at Nottingham Castle, so that resonates with me. Anyway, back to the lager. Oh, actually looking forward to this, to be fair. Quite cool in the beer room tonight. I've just snagged 2 mice next door, so that's all good. And put some poison down. I hate noises. Noises are not good. Yeah. So we're on the battle again. We're on the battle with the noise game. So I walked down the steps the other day to come to the shed. I've got decking outside the back door. And then I've got the steps, and then the garden area, and then obviously the beer room. And there was this big black thing in the garden. It's like, what the hell's that? And I thought it was a massive cat. And I went, as you do, you know, trying to scare it. And all of a sudden it looks up, and it's a dog. Bless it. A little black dog. And I don't know where it came from or where it's gone. I've got a hole in the fence at the back here that I need to replace and repair. And I did have a hedge there, but the neighbours behind me have cut the blooming hedge. So tempted to put forsythias in and have a forsythia hedge again. That may be the thing next year, to actually stick a hedge back in and take the fence panels down and stick a forsythia hedge in and just have more hedging. Because the price of fence panels, keep replacing them. At least with a hedge, I've only got to do it once a month. So that might be the thing. Something's definitely outside. Oh, I don't want any more noises. So it's got a real crispness to this. This has super easy drinking. Tastes very different to what I remember it, but nice. It's hitting the spot today. 4.5%. I'm not looking at units. I don't care for units. Yeah, I'm not being told by the government what to do. Not especially not this government or any government for that matter. Yeah, they don't look after themselves. They all get rich and get mega rich and sit on their high horses. I look at the poor in this country, people that have worked, old age pensioners that have worked all their lives, can't afraid to turn their eating on, can't afford food. I would kick the backside of if you know, one, you look at the world and you think to yourself, not that I've got the money to do that sort of thing, but you think to yourself, become an MP. As long as you've got no skeletons in your closet, you're fine. And become an MP and put the world to rights. Some days you just feel like that. You think, we need people of integrity and straightforward people in this country who like a beer. After my day at work, I need a beer. Oh dear, dear, dear. Not going to go whittle on too much on this. We're already at 15 minutes. These reviews are getting longer and longer again. I do apologise. We're in Raggy's. You can I can tell when my mental health is low because I waffle. Something is definitely outside the door. In any case, gotta be honest, this has surprised me. Like I said, I didn't really enjoy it when I went to the pub. And not every beer is yours. Some beers you won't enjoy. And I've never reviewed it, but in can, this is tasting absolutely spot on. It really is. It's a really nice beer. Got it from Adventure Beer. You can also get it from Lincoln Green, obviously themselves. Would like to see Lincoln Green go down the craft beer fridge route. If I was talking directly to Lincoln Green, I'd like to see this happen. A craft beer fridge route with all your own craft beers, and obviously. And maybe some other breweries beers in from further afield, maybe. But I think a small craft beer fridge in the pubs, if it's doable, would be an interesting and a good addition. Because to have this and the other black shale beers from a fridge, it just widens the options. Trad beer for me should always be room temperature. Most trad beers, traditional beers, should be room temperature, but these craft beers from the fridge, wow, and it keeps them fresh as well. For me, a good 4.45 out of 5. I actually really enjoyed this. It's a well-made Pilsner. And a lager review from Lincoln Green. Oh, that's different. Big shout outs to Martin, the head brewer, over at Lincoln Green. Cracking guy, knows his stuff. I was down there for a brew day with him, brewing the Raggy's Golden Ale, of course. And so much information, and I tried to take most of it in. My one regret from that day, that me like an idiot, I did no bloody videos. So I was down there doing this, and I felt daft. And I should have done videos of the whole flipping day. And I didn't. And it might be the only collab that I ever get to do with any local brewery, because nobody else is interested. Yeah. Although Castle Rock did say at one stage, we'll get you back to do it a bit on the pilot kit, but never did. But it is what it is. And some of the other local brewers not even bothered. It is what it is. I've got bigger issues at the moment, much, much, much bigger issues, sadly. But they're not. I'll explain that in my homebrew reviews because I'm not destroying anyone's brand. But yeah, really great this is, top notch. And that's it for this beer review. And I can't talk anymore because I'm already on 19 minutes 22 seconds. Told you these beer reviews are going to get longer. That's mental health for you. Cheers all.